Hey, thanks for calling the Beards and Sundries Market. You've reached Jay. Leave a message after the tone.
Hello, numbnuts, and for Jay, numbnut. It's the fourth Beardo, Jon here. Yeah, I'm gonna take my sweet ass time because y'all like to talk shit about me all the time. And, I spent a lot of hours on that Christmas album that you reduced to 30 seconds in your commercial, and you have yet to even talk about it. So, for that alone, I would like to nominate the three of you fucktards to be the villain of the week. Also, as a serious side note, I thought y'all's last episode was great and I loved it. And I thought the impetus of it was because of that movie Heart Eyes that came out, which was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Anthony, I think you may like it. Anyway, yeah. We'll talk soon, I guess. Or not. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
You'll be sorry, you fools! You idiots!
Ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I don't know about you, Miss Kitty, but I feel so much yummier.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
And welcome back to a very evil episode of Beards and Sundries.
I'm working from home today with Evil.
I actually went to work today for Evil.
Ew.
I fixed my hair 30 minutes before this because I didn't fix it because I worked from home today.
So we've all done something. But it is time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where three gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry in each episode.
My name is Jay, and... Attention passengers, I am single, and I am a slut today. Come up to cockpit.
It was a giggle for me.
It was the full-on lie of saying I was a slut today.
Yeah.
I thought you were getting out on there and be like, "Hi, it's your captain. Do you like gladiator movies?"
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
You're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Okay, we could sit here all day and do that.
No. My name is Roger.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your captain speaking, and if you go to onlyfans.com/JRowdyBushPilot, you can see my, God, I don't even know that
trademark.
Anyways.
My target bullseye.
I'm Anthony, the guy on the crashing plane who's just excited to finally be done living under capitalism.
Ooh.
Oh, God. You just put a whole new angle on this story for me.
Listen, bitch, I was thinking about it and I was like, man, if I was on that plane, I'd be like, this kind of sucks, but like, I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I don't have to worry about bills.
Well, they should have taken a different angle. But my name is Joe, and my tray table and seat back are in the upright and locked position. And that means that today's sundry item is air travel.
Joe didn't react to it.
He was trying to stay in character. I swear to God. If
Then
this
the
were
pause after the
SNL,
last sentence
we'd
was
be
too long, so I was like, "I'll just leave this in." What the hell?
If this were SNL, it'd be a skit where Jay and I are losing our fucking minds, and Joe is Vanessa Bayer, where he's just like,
When these moments happen, I'm like actively editing already in my head. So I'm like, am I going to leave this in, or should I like just pause and let them fizzle out?
Joe, which moments? Poopy moments?
Poopy moment. Oh, I'm having a poopy moment.
I already had a poopy moment in my bloomers.
The longer that commercial went on, I was like, Jay's not mentally well.
Jay, what are you drinking?
It is actually wine mixed with flavored seltzer water.
Oh, that's right. You told me. I was like, why is it that color? I guess that was what was getting me. I was like, is that mead? Are you drinking mead? Have you just progressed to like straight
It's a new
up
beverage in
drinking
aisle 4.
I'm just out here mulling my wine.
No, I'm trying to stay hydrated while drinking my wine, and it reduces my wine intake.
Well, that's why I put ice in my drink.
Oh, okay, loser. Sorry,
And
Joe.
fertility.
I think we interrupted you.
Oh yeah, where were you going with this? What are we doing here?
Beardos. Airplanes have been in the news a little bit too much lately, so we decided to revisit some lighter sides of traveling the world via air. And this time around, my camera is working properly. Properly.
Oh, boo. That was the worst joke on this episode so far.
After the break, we're going to work together to write our very own version of those flight attendant announcements. And then even later on, some Beardo submitted sundries that are way up in the air, and then Anthony is piloting us through our game this week. But before we locate our nearest exit, keeping in mind that it may be behind us, how about this week's voicemail?
I gotta tell you, I don't genuinely feel bad about Jon Reilly things very often, but this is one that I do genuinely
This is
feel
one
bad
that I'm
about.
like, sorry, John. We deserve that.
We do deserve it.
Yeah, John, the three of us kind of all took like a giant mental dump in December, and like those last couple episodes, I was kind of running on fumes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So
I was feeling the burnout at the end of the year on everything, like work, with the pod, with like
And then-
just everything.
every time I think about writing a song, it was just like my brain would turn off.
I
So
felt
then I just
burnout.
kept putting it off.
I felt burnout from like end of June to December.
Yeah.
I don't. The guy I was
I think
dating
it was-
moved, and I started traveling for him, and it just threw me into this weird fucking loop for months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I still feel it a little bit. Like today, I'm feeling it. I don't know if it's because I've had to work from home the last 2 days and I haven't really been outside. But I can see like the sun. I can see outside. I don't have windows at work, and so that's been nice. But at the same time, I don't know.
Sorry,
You're a
I
weird
like
place.
started turning around like, what? Sun?
Oh yeah, no, there is some sun out there.
Oh, it's just filtered through those cigarettes.
Just in here. The prices are on my ass.
That's the ozone layer.
But yeah, John, that whole thing just fell on its face.
Well, and what's so funny is I remember being like, let's do this, because I had this spark of, this will be fun. And we were all like, yeah.
I was excited to do it too. And
too.
honestly, I think like John was the most excited of all of us, obviously, and he made it happen.
It made me think of that video where the woman's like, all right, today's lesson is not making plans when you're having a good time. And it's like, oh, the party's on the 15th, and it's currently the 1st. Girl, you're not going. I was like, yeah, we made plans when we were in a good mood and having fun.
It's one of those things where I think I've gotten into such a routine with work that it was like yesterday. We didn't record the therapy pod yesterday because I just fucking forgot. And it was all because I worked from home. And then yesterday evening, it was like, what, like 5:30, 5:45?
Somewhere in
And you
there.
text me about it. And I was just like, I don't want to do it because I'm sitting here on my couch. I just don't want to do it.
That was me. I was at the gym. I was 45 minutes into my routine. I was like, Anthony?
The
I
jungle
just had
gym?
no desire.
Mm-hmm. I fell off.
At the jungle gym and the play place at McDonald's.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Beardos. It's 4 out of 6 balls now.
Yeah, he was 45 minutes into his routine.
They just keep falling off the coconut tree.
His routine. He's in there telling jokes, and all the kids are like booing him, but he's like, "Come on, laugh at my routine."
Hey, kids, you heard about those crocodiles? Or no, sorry, the sharks under your bed.
Sharks. There's no crocodiles under there, but there could be sharks.
You stupid bitch.
You dumb bitch. But sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, Jon Reilly, I apologize to you.
Yeah.
Sir, you should call Car and Car because you may be entitled to compensation.
Yeah.
I will say, I personally enjoyed them. I listened to every single one of them.
I haven't. I listened to some of them.
My God.
Really? Really?
Not-
With the fuck you right there at the end, Jay? Just
Yeah, seriously. Right under the fucking bus. I'm going to start calling you
yeah,
the
John,
bus
we
driver.
really fucked this up for you, but me.
A lot of
A
people
lot of
died in
people
that
died in
plane
the
crash.
tsunami.
But
who
I
didn't?
didn't.
Yeah, I just had to throw a little jab in there. You know how we always make fun of me in this show, so I thought it was my turn to be a bitch.
Just a little poison barb right there.
Your turn to be a bitch, like you don't do it every goddamn episode. Although I have been exceptionally mean the last 2 days, and for that, I don't apologize, but I will try to be nicer.
Why?
Oh, good point.
Why? I'm not.
Fuck you.
It's
Well,
boring.
anyways.
It's boring when we're nice to each other.
Sorry to Jon Reilly, not sorry to Jay Rowdy Bush. Fuck you.
Hey!
Anyways, sorry John, and not sorry Jay. But do you think, I don't know what I'm going to transition with. I don't know what the segue here. I can't do it without sounding awful. Hang on one second. But Joe, do you think I can find Sundries in the overhead bin?
Oh, that was very
can.
nice.
And they have to
did.
be in, what was that, 3-ounce bottle only? And 1
2 and a half
3.4.
ounces. 2 and a half.
Like that. Anyway, peanut butter is now considered a liquid, just so you didn't know.
Yeah, anything
But-
that's got a
So
moving
are fucking
consistency.
cats. Apparently, you can win a Nobel Prize for saying that cats are liquids.
Yes, that is true. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an Old English word meaning odds and ends. Now today, it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as 3 very aerodynamic gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
I kind of miss when we vamped through Joe's little intro there.
I know, I think about it, but then sometimes I'm not in the mood, but then other times
Yeah.
I'm really in the mood.
I'm afraid to make
Really
it a
in the
thing because
mood.
I don't want to do it every time. Like today, I really wanted to do it. We should do it.
I was really in the mood for it today.
But then I didn't do it because I was like, well, we don't ever really vamp anymore, and I don't want to make it a thing. I don't want to set the wrong expectations, you know? Beardos, listen, sometimes we do things, and they become things for a little while, and then we don't do them anymore because we get bored of them, because this is our podcast.
Beardos,
And not
sometimes,
yours.
sometimes we make up things to do, plan it, get a really good routine ready, and we don't do shit.
And then we don't do anything because we have real lives.
Lives are busy, and
Yeah.
those lives, we're just trying to get around all of those planes right now that are crashing.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
very sorry to all 22 of you who I think we have left as listeners.
He's like 32.
There aren't even that many rows in the plane. Okay, so what's the deal with airline travel? All right,
Oh
let's
my
get into
God.
it.
Shut the fuck up. Didn't he like famously not ever actually say that, by the way, before we get into airline travel?
Was he also the same guy that said like what the whole thing with airline peanuts or something? And
I don't
that whole
know.
routine?
I feel like he is known for that saying, but he's never actually said it. It's like, I don't know. Whatever.
You know-
Anyways, let's move on before I stumble into something stupid.
Now that you say that, airlines keep finding ways to cut back on benefits for us, and this is a real stretch to stop giving us peanuts.
They don't give us peanuts. They literally don't give you peanuts. They give you the little like bag of like mixed.
There's like those new like Himalayan.
Oh, I
pretzels
guess it was
they
like the
have.
little cracker things last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 Little cookie
I wish
sticks.
they'd give me rye chips. If they gave me rye chips, I'd be excited.
Oh, fine. They're doing everything they can to get out of snacks, so now they're landing badly.
What? Are you saying they're wrecking the plane on purpose to get out of giving you snacks?
Yes.
Hey Jay, do you think the one that landed in Toronto was serving pineapple upside down cake?
This is the worst topic we've ever decided on.
Yeah, this is going how I thought it was going to go. Unfortunately.
Oh my God.
It's just-
Jesus Christ.
I don't get it. Like, how have we been so safe of a country for so long, and then one day it's just like bam, 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 bam,
And-
bam, bam.
It's not just more news coverage. It's actually it's more crashes, right? Like this doesn't typically happen this often.
Yeah.
No, usually like plane travel is super safe, and this is kind of wild.
Statistically, it's still super duper safe, but it's just insane that we have so many news stories in January and February of 2025. I was like, it's February 19th.
We're not fully 2 months into this year yet.
I didn't like this latest one because it flew out of Minneapolis, and I was like, ooh, and it landed in Toronto, and then I honestly cannot believe that no one died in that plane crash.
First of all, whenever I read the headline said, plane lands upside down, injuries reported, and I was just like,
I saw that headline
wait,
too.
What?
Because I'm like, land upside down.
Planes just there's no way that it could land that smoothly that only people were injured and not killed.
Planes land right side up. They don't land upside down. That headline literally is wrong.
I saw the image of.
Go ahead.
I saw the image of it and I went, oh, it rolled. But even then, still so shocking.
It was still some dramatic footage.
Yeah.
In my head, I don't know why, but I saw in my mind's eye the pilot like coming down from like through like cloud cover, and only to find out like, I was upside down the whole time.
What? I don't get why everything's falling up.
It just, I don't know, in my head it was like, for some reason, like gravity was working perfectly normally until he got like out of the cloud cover and saw the landing strip, and then all of a sudden everything was upside down and just
What is it they say? Please, something about making sure you latch your overhead bins so that way no baggage falls out. So this time they're like, please keep buckled in so you don't fall out and damage the overhead
the overhead bins.
I know we texted about this the other day, just briefly. I fully want to know if there was somebody who knew they were in their descent who had already unbuckled and started like getting their shit, because you know there was someone, and they were trying to get out of there fucking fast as possible, because for some reason people's brains break during air travel and they're like, I gotta get the fuck out of this plane immediately, because I don't know. I just want to know if anybody learned a lesson that day, you know?
I mean, what a hell of a way to learn a lesson. I wonder how chaotic it felt inside.
It had to be crazy. It had to have happened so fast, because when they were landing, to me, it didn't look like it was that far off. So I guess if you were on the plane, like, you wouldn't know. And then you'd hit the ground, and then just things went south so fast.
Well, and it's also interesting with this one, too, because there were no fatalities. So they have more than just the cockpit voice recorder now. They have, like, living humans who can do eyewitness testimony, and they can learn a lot from this one, I think.
I'd have to say my favorite meme that I've seen from these scenarios lately is that it's now okay to clap again when we land.
I saw this horrible, inappropriate joke about it, and I laughed so hard, and it was like that plane that no one died on, and it said, I just know it was someone's white mama who couldn't wait till they landed, so they were playing Candy Crush.
Yes, I fucking know
level 374 on my phone.
Oh my God. Or
it was like
their Bible app.
She's on there and she's out of lives, and so you just know she's like, well, we're close enough to the ground. I'll just connect to the Wi-Fi, or I'll connect my wireless again. I'll turn my airplane mode off, and then
Could you imagine being in middle text? Everything's going fine, just about to land. And
just about to land. I know. Because I think about that whenever you have Wi-Fi on the plane and you can actually send those messages. And like, imagine you were just like, hey, we're about to land, and you're letting someone know because they're going to come pick you up from the airport.
Or somebody's already at the airport early waiting, and they're like, oh, I bet that's their flight. And then smoke.
Jesus.
Yeah, and there's like video of it, and people were there because it was during the day, so like the airport was busy.
Oh my God, could you imagine looking out the airport and being like, look, honey, the airplane. Oh, shit.
I don't know.
I saw a plane taking off from the airport this morning, and I was like, for how cold it is and how icy it is outside, I'm not getting on a plane this morning.
Oh, they keep like industrial grade de-icer on hand. I once took off at Denver at like 6 a.m. and they were literally spraying the plane with this de-icer, and sheets of ice that were like 6 to 7 inches thick were sliding off of it. And then we took off, and I was like, I guess if this is the day that I die, like, that's fine.
And
I don't know. There's too many headlines lately for me.
I'm watching them de-ice the plane, and I like squeal up up to the tarmac with my car, and I'm like, de-ice it, my windows are frosted over. And then I drive off.
You fucking would too.
He's like, finally, now I can read the to-go board at McDonald's on the way to work.
Excuse me, I'm part of the Delta Platinum Club.
I can now see through that little hole I chiseled into the ice on the windshield.
The other day I was driving to work, and I had, like, Joe had started my car, but for some reason the defroster. Jesus Christ!
Sorry, Anthony.
No, it's so okay. Fun when it happens to you.
I forgot. I don't know what was happening just then. It happens to me all the time.
I know.
What, penis getting pushed into the glass of a glory hole?
Oh, that's what you said. I couldn't hear what you said.
It was...
There it is. There's our post-episode J clip, everyone.
I'm Ann Coulter. I'm pushing my penis through the glory hole where it's... I can't even finish that.
That's not what I heard.
She went Canadian real quick there.
She was flying to Toronto.
Oh. Well, I'm looking forward to my flight later this year.
Where is it going to?
As long as we book it, it should be going to Greece.
Ooh. And
nice.
How early do you plan on getting to the airport?
Oh, probably within seconds of takeoff. No, this one will be one where I have to like check luggage, so.
And it's international.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm glad we said that. I need to get my global pass.
What?
So I have TSA pre-check, and then you can do like the global one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Worth it.
I've heard pre-check is worth its weight in gold.
Worth it so much.
Just the worst white one.
How do we charge people more to get through the airport?
Yeah, but if I don't have to wait in line so fucking long.
Yeah, until everybody buys it, and then you gotta wait in the same fucking line.
There's
lines
for the fast pass. Then there's a fast pass for the fast pass.
And they're just like, I don't want to pay money to go through already. Anthony.
Pretty good impression.
Thank you.
Pretty dead on.
That's so then it's me looking over at them not taking my shoes off, and I'm just like, I'm ready for my flight in 6 minutes.
Well, clearly you're not as good at TSA as I am, because I fucking fly through TSA.
Well, Jay, thank you for sparing the world your feet.
That's also another thing. I don't want those things out. God, I do love me some pre-check, though. Although they still yell at me at pre-check. It doesn't matter.
What do they yell at you at pre-check for?
I don't know, anything. I'll be taking my laptop out, and they're, no, you don't need to take it out. And then the next one, I won't be taking it out. And they're like, take out your laptop. And I'm like, God, fucking make a rule, and all over the place. It needs to be the same.
That is some, that's some bullshit we need to get tighter, because there needs to be standardized rules for that again, because I don't like taking my laptop out, so I love airports where I don't have to do it.
There's some that make me take my CPAP out.
Really?
Yes, it's so fucking annoying.
Ugh.
So I have to pack everything in preparation that I'm gonna have to yank it out. My CPAP, my laptop, my dick.
I was gonna say, which TSA pre-check you going through where they make you take that out?
Well, that one's the bathroom. I'm confused because there's a TSA guy in there.
They're like, sir, your bag looks half full. We need to check it over here.
Hey, are you missing one testicle?
That's another fun topic to talk about is airplane porn, airport porn, and because there's a really well-known movie from a porn studio, and it's called Taking Flight, and it's part 1 and 2, and the whole storyline is that it's this flight attendant and this captain, and they want to fuck each other, and then anyway, it's beautiful. Anyway,
it's beautiful.
there's this sex scene that occurs while they're in the middle of the flight, and it's these two blonde guys that are like, I don't know, hot messy gay types or whatever. And then there's a girl in between them, but I'm pretty sure she's a porn star too, probably. But she looks kind of like Ashley Simpson, and she like fell asleep in between them in the seat, and then the two of them start like reaching over and like diddling each other, and then it goes into a full out like he's getting the other guy from behind while he's mounted on the seat where she's sleeping right in front of his face as he's getting plowed in the world's largest exit row that I've ever seen. And it's just, it's lovely cinema.
Well, they must have been in first class. No, they couldn't have been, because that's only 2, not 3 seats.
Yeah. Yeah, so it must have been coach, exit, premium plus row.
Business.
Oh, it was
We're
business.
2 businessmen on a trip. Getting down to business. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Well, okay, so there's airport time, too, where everything just doesn't matter. So you can get, like, a beer at 8 a.m. or, like, I don't know, whatever's open, you can get whatever.
That's glorious, too.
Yeah. I do like some airport restaurants sometimes.
It's always so garbage. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's touch and go with the airport restaurants because
there's always like a
sometimes
town-themed one.
Well, sometimes it hits, and then sometimes you get just like the worst food of your life there, or you go and you try to order something and just like I remember that stupid like California pizza kitchen that we went to once. That the girl was like slinging the pizzas into the wood fire grill or whatever it is, and like
they
that
were
just
so
like
busy.
The contents of your pizza may have shifted during flight. It's just wild. And it was like that. There were 2 places open. It was that California pizza kitchen, and then there was like a McDonald's right next to it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to pay the airport prices for McDonald's, which is another bullshit thing about airport food. It's that they like charge so much extra for it.
Yeah, everything's at a premium. Like, there's no dollar menu. Like, all the cheap stuff is like $3.59 starting out. I'm just, man, these menus are expensive. And like, then there's like the sports bar that every one of them always has, or like the chain restaurant, like a Chili's or a TGI Fridays. And then there's your fast food stuff that's usually extravagantly expensive. Then there's weird like neighborhood news stalls that have like all those assorted beverages and candy items and horribly overpriced cold sandwiches.
Which I'll never forget my very first flight. Technically, it was my second because my first one was from OKC to Phoenix. But on my flight from Phoenix to Seattle, this couple sat next to me. I was on a Southwest flight. And this couple sat next to me, and I was like, oh, no, you look a little crazy. And they were. And it was kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It was kind of cute in a sense that they were older people. And they still had the old, like, 90s style headphones that were the foam ears with the metal.
Yes.
Yes. And he was listening to something. I don't remember what he had the headphones plugged into. But he was like, oh, hey, listen to this. And he hands it to his wife or girlfriend or whatever. And she's like, oh, I love this song. And she's literally in her seat, like, pumping her little fingers up. And I'm just next to her reading my book like, this is not happening. And then after that, she grabs one of those cold sandwiches from her bag that she bought, puts the tray down, opens several containers of mustard, and it's just going... And so the plane started smelling like mustard.
Did she put anything down on the tray table first?
No.
I knew it. Oh, I somehow knew it.
I was just sitting there like, this is so gross.
People change diapers on those trays, and they don't sanitize them after each flight.
I know. I've done it with myself.
I hate that.
Airport diapers? Is that going to be this week's commercial?
Oh, God.
Oops, I crapped my flight. For that one plane that took off out of Atlanta and then had to return because someone shat so violently and horribly that the smell, they couldn't get rid of the smell.
That's
so
right.
It went back to the airport. Can you imagine? I would never leave my house again.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. They'll continue on with a dead body. but they went back for someone's shit smell.
Well, that smells worse than a dead body if it's pretty recent dead body at least.
Well, the dead body also shits itself. Not to put too fine a term on it.
Does it smell less bad when it's dead?
Are these things that you type into your Google search at like 1 o'clock in the morning?
ChatGPT pull up, and I'm like, does dead people shit smell worse?
I do have to say, though, whenever I'm writing anything, my Google search terms get really outrageous. Like one time it was just like a whole smorgasbord of things about burning bodies. Because I needed to know things for details. And so I'm just sitting here, like, searching things. Like, what does burning blood smell like? And I'm just like, the FBI is going to get me.
Have you checked? Are you on the no-fly list now?
So that's been years, and we've flown since then. So I'm assuming I'm good to go right now.
I used ChatGPT to ask that stuff. And I said, in ChatGPT, I'm like, I'm writing a book. And I'm trying to figure out some details so I can write this properly. And then I'd be like, how do I kill someone?
Now, that part I got down. I don't have to ask about it. I can, that one I'm good.
I like the disclaimer before the Desperate Housewives episode plot.
Yeah, it's me trying to cover me up, I guess. And so maybe they'll be like, oh, he really is a loser that's just writing a book.
You really do work in corporate America.
Jay on Wisteria Lane, and it's like a Mary Alice intro, and it's like the camera's like panning into your office window from the outside, and it's like Jay Rowdybush started his obsession with words, but it ended in murder.
Or it's like the Mad TV opening where she's like going through and she's just like, oh, here's my neighborhood and here's my friends. Then I killed myself. And you hear kaboof, and then all of a sudden like Kool-Aid splashes on the floor. And it goes to one of the others. It's the mom, and she's like, damn it, kids, Kool-Aid's for drinking, not for throwing. And then she's like cleaning it up. Like that was the scene change.
This is the Ariana Grande music video on SNL.
Best Friend's House.
Yeah, Best Friend's House.
Oh my god, that was iconic.
Now, people like to compare Saturday Night Live and Mad TV. Mad TV was completely in a different league.
It was
they weren't afraid to be a little more risque with their subject
They kind
material.
of just they did kind of like go for it a lot.
I mean, because Mad Magazine's the same way. They don't really pull any punches either.
I mean, what was that skit of that one country lady who she would sing songs for Republicans? And like listening to those skits now, I'm just like,
I can't believe
they're
she
even
didn't get
more
put on
real than they were then. And they were mocking them then, but now it's like,
if they wrote
gross.
If they tried to write that today, there'd be so many death threats on those actors.
I mean, there already are. You can get death threats for anything these days.
That's true.
I mean,
I'm surprised we don't have any.
Yeah, actually. That now you know how small we are. We don't get death threats.
We haven't had any death threats yet. We haven't been doxxed.
We had one person comment on a YouTube video saying that gay means happy.
Oh, I saw that, and I was like, okay, you came here for that? And I was like, I thought about commenting. I was like, actually,
it wasn't worth it.
I know. I did one comment because in my head I was like, okay, so I have to show activity. That's how you get your videos moving. So I was like, la la la, and then they responded again. I was like, I'm out. I'm not playing that.
Yeah, that's I don't
have
need
time
an
for
internet
that.
play more. No, thank you.
That's it. I was like, what's going to happen is you're going to spiral down because it's kind of this whole gaslighting technique where we just we're keeping right and making you look wrong, even though we're just spinning the story in our favor all the time.
Yeah, I don't need any of that in my life.
Yeah.
I was raised that way, so I'm just like, I know these tricks.
That shit won't fly here.
You'll get a response from me when pigs fly.
Over.
You'll get a response from when airplanes land properly.
Oh, God.
Oh, Anthony.
You know, they don't talk about
They
that
all
on the news.
lived.
Could you imagine turning on the news one day and they're like, a Delta flight landed today properly? We caught it on camera. And I'd be like,
are you working for the Onion now?
about it is
Yes.
like knowing that just knowing the amount of corners that all of these companies cut to just like all day, every day. And the number of times we bailed them out of financial distress because they don't save money. They just fucking hand it over to shareholders. And like, every ounce of it breaks my brain. And I'm just like, yeah, in a way, like, I want these things to happen so that your business goes under, but I don't want anyone to get hurt in the process. So I think this plane crash is just like right up my alley in a way that like, it's tragic, but no one died.
This is how I want you to learn your lesson.
No, what I want them to get Luigi Mangione. That's how I want them to learn their lesson. But if I can't have that, this is a close 45th other option. There's like 43 other ways that I'd rather them learn it. But, this is like on the list somewhere.
And what's going to happen is they're going to be like, nobody died. Planes are safe. Yay. No changes needed. This was because the pilot was just super drunk.
Like that movie with Denzel Washington.
Oh, God, yes. Was that really like what happened? Was he was actually drunk? I can't remember anymore.
So he was like drinking, and it was wild because it gets to like the night before his trial, and he's like he hasn't touched alcohol and I don't know how long, and then like the night before his trial, he goes off the fucking wagon with the minibar in the hotel room, and that stressed me out because I was like, dude, go buy bottles anywhere else. Like, it's so much cheaper. You're going to pay so much more for those stupid mini fridge bottles. And that was where my brain went with it, instead of like, oh no, save yourself, Denzel. I don't know. I was probably drunk when I was watching it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sip.
What was that movie called, by the way?
Flight.
I don't know. Oh,
Flight.
was it Flight?
That's right. Yeah. I just know. I just asked that question. I just know Jon Reilly is out there like, it's Flight.
Because for a while there, I kept seeing clips of it on my TikTok. And so,
it's
of course,
wild clip.
I'd watch it. Because I also would watch the clips of Sully, even though I've seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sully. What a weird American story. Isn't it weird how, like, we build American folklore around the weirdest shit?
Yeah. Yes,
because he's a recent folk hero, and I just can't wait until he's the Davy Crockett of the future.
Sully Sullenberger?
Yeah. In history books, like 100 years from now, he's like our version of Davy Crockett, or who's the guy with the blue bull, the blue ox?
Oh, Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
Paul
Yeah.
Bunyan.
Brownie guy.
So, Jay, what are you going to Greece for?
As long as we actually book it, my friends and I, a couple of friends and I, we're doing a cruise actually out of Greece into Barcelona.
For a big fat Greek gay wedding.
I wish. Maybe I'll meet a Greek boy and we just fall in love, and I can get out of this country real fast.
In Greece is a great place to do it. I hear property values are super cheap.
And you're also talking to a guy here that's just like, listen, I'll fall in love real fast if it's going to get me out of here.
You get married in Mykonos. That's super gay.
And then we can cater our food in from Mykonos and Delhi.
Oh, no. Do you guys think it's time for a break?
Yeah, I do think it's time for a break.
I hope we're repeating that commercial again.
No.
I'm ready for my
Here's a
right
break.
wing to break off and roll over upside down.
Oh. Remember, everyone, they all lived.
They did.
Jesus Christ. Break time!
If you want some fun new clothing and want to support a small business, check out hunkytops.com, the queer, Latino-owned clothing site. Beards and Sundries will get you 10% off your first order with the code SUNDRIES at checkout. You can order above 3XL, you just need to hit the contact button and they'll work with you. Again, check out hunkytops.com. Explore their styles and wear your pride. Use Sundries at checkout for 10% off your first order.
You're listening to the Beards and Sundries podcast. The podcast rated 5 out of 6 balls.
And we're back from break time.
Ooh, improv.
Okay, how did you want this to go, Jay?
You know what?
The framework for this seems... I'm not sure.
Are we like doing pre-flight announcements or in-flight announcements?
I should have gone further with this, but my brain was just like, do whatever you want. And so, like, you can do it from the captain's perspective, you can do it. Or I thought about doing kind of like, we can do a, like, improvise where we're all three working together just in a row, continuing a...
Oh, that's a good idea. As long as you want to, like, log it and write it down for us.
Yeah.
He said no.
It was the eyebrow for me.
It was the dead silent, the look on your face of like, it was the people pleaser look is what it was, because it was
it was.
Oh, I'm going to say yes to this, but I really don't want to say yes to this.
Yeah.
The words that almost came out was, I can. It's going to be very minimal.
It's going to be bad.
It's going to be
so
one
what
of those,
else is new with this podcast?
It's going to be one of those court transcripts, but it's not transcripted well.
Oh my god.
But it's typed with just the letters they have on those little devices.
So I'm literally just
completely
typing the letter
illegible.
like K R M. There's like no words. Okay. I have a ChatGPT announcement for how to handle these plane crashes recently. Attention passengers, we have some mildly unsettling news. It looks like we're about to become one with the Earth a bit faster than planned. At this time, please assume the brace position. Head down, hands over your head, and pray to whatever higher power you ignored until now. If you're in first class, congratulations. You'll hit the ground slightly more comfortably than the rest of us.
ChatGPT, what?
What? Did you?
Oh
and
my
also,
God.
that's the people in the front of the plane usually are in the most dangerous spot.
Yeah.
Oh my god, ChatGPT is dark.
Oh, I told her to go dark.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure? Or is that just AI going in the direction that AI wants to go?
Well.
I said make them absolutely dark and hilarious.
Dark and hilarious.
And she's like, no problem. I wasn't going to go any less. No, I'm kidding.
I'd believe you.
She just sends you a
Alex
message
said
back
it,
that says activating Cyberdyne mode.
Yeah.
It was Cyberdyne, you idiots.
I wasn't going to say anything at all.
I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it.
Skynet. No, Skynet.
Oh, God.
Oh, I got so into sound effects for that episode. It was great.
I wish I had thought this through a little bit better because...
Me too.
Yeah. I feel like I want to add something to this, but I don't know what. So part of me is just like, let's go to commercial.
Well, then, why don't we design the livery for our first aircraft that we're going to have for Beards and Sundries Airlines?
What are we designing for it?
The livery, or like how our logo will look?
Livery.
Yeah, livery.
What is that?
It's a style in which airlines will paint their planes and paint their fleet. Like, you know how Southwest all have the heart on the bottom?
I did not know that's what that was called.
Yep, had no clue.
I thought it was decals.
Yeah, really?
I call them
Oh, yeah.
stickers.
There's
I
your
would never.
Oh my god.
That's a big sticker.
I call them plain glitter.
Basically, that's what they are. So you're not all wrong.
Plain pizzazz.
Plain vajazz.
The Beards and Sundries airplane Our specific planes would all have one. None of them would actually make it through from like takeoff to landing because they'd fall apart like mid-flight because it's going to be cheap as hell. We're doing this on a budget.
It's going to be so cheap. To take off, you guys actually have to push your feet on the ground for us. Like it's kind of like a Flintstones plane. You're like dabba 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 dabba. Ah! So work those leg muscles.
You gotta jump. And then
Or all
every
the seats
seat
are like park benches.
comes with complimentary Vaseline and cucumber.
What's wrong, honey? Oh, it's just this plane I was in today.
Oh my god. Could you imagine the bar cart coming through and it's like, yes, I'll have the Vaseline and cucumber.
And I'll have the Grey Poupon.
And that's also a mixed drink. It's the only mixed drink you can order.
Oh, we could have a specialty bar of all like sexually charged drinks.
But the Vaseline and cucumber drink is actually just Everclear that cucumber has been soaking in for like way too long. It's been on the shelf for years, and that cucumber is mush.
We are also not against the Mile High Club. In fact, we actually want all of you having sex on the plane while it's flying.
We encourage.
The captain will now deploy the drinking glasses from your ceiling compartment. These used to be breathing masks, but they are now our cutlery and glassware.
Yeah,
for your
instead
drink.
of oxygen masks, it's shot glasses.
Yes. You're going down anyways, so.
The bag's not even attached to the ceiling anymore. It just drops down on you.
Or you like squeeze the bag. That's how you...
Yes.
You know,
and it's Boda Box.
Yeah.
And all of the windows on the window seats are not real. They're just drawn on.
Because it's not even an airplane at all. We just put you in the back of a Ryder truck and we're driving you there.
And we're like,
sorry for the turbulence.
And it's just Jay on the fucking intercom making noises, just like, oh guys, we're gonna hit some turbulence, and just like up there doing this.
And there are no seats. It's standing room only.
Or we put like a big table in the middle surrounded by chairs, and then you just have to hold on.
It's like stow and go seating on the 2008 Chrysler Town and Country.
I like this. I think we need to start an airline that isn't really an airline.
And the livery will be updated per season. So
the livery. Oh yeah, that is the part we would spend money. And
this year, the front of the plane would just be Anthony's face with his mask on. His eyes are the windows.
Oh my god! And everyone's required to wear a name tag except for Jay.
Oh,
yeah. We're already having a fantasy. It's me, Joe, and my husband, Anthony, and our friend, the North Face.
I'm working from home. I left my badge on my desk at work.
What?
In the break room fridge, behind your abandoned Yoplait.
I never abandoned that.
I know.
Jesus. Well, Beardos, if you guys have any suggestions for B&S Airlines, let us know, because from the sound of it, it's just going to be the back of a semi-truck that's just full of naked people having sex, and there are no chairs.
And you can pay extra for TSA dick check.
So that's a hell of a jumping off point.
It's just Joe. That's all.
Clear.
And I have one of those FBI shirts that says Federal Booby Inspector on it.
Federal Ball Inspector. I walk through and you're like, no pass.
Because I think isn't the gay equivalent of that like the DEA? It would be DEA, but it'd be like a dick evaluation agent or something like that.
Ooh, very good.
Dick Eater Association.
Dick
I was
examination.
gonna say, Jay's brain was probably like, dick eating ass. That's all he can think about.
Oh. Well, do you guys think it's time for a commercial?
Please, God, yes.
And now, for a word from our sponsor, the $27 tuna salad sandwich at the airport.
God damn it.
Perfect. It has extra pickles.
It's dry.
The $27 tuna sandwich.
Tuna salad sandwich at the airport.
You made it. You passed security. You've removed your shoes, your dignity, and that bottle of water you foolishly thought you could bring. Now, as you sit in a plastic chair bolted to the floor, gazing out at the tarmac, you wonder, what indulgence have I earned today? May we suggest something truly exquisite? Oh, hold on.
Good morning, all passengers. All flight on gate 2 have been moved to gate 69.
Oh, that's not me.
again, gate
Anyways,
2 has moved
may
to
we
69.
suggest a $27 tuna salad sandwich? Fresh? Not necessarily. Made with care? Probably not. But available? You bet. Right there, behind a foggy glass case, just waiting for you. Hand assembled by a food employee that was just hired yesterday. Damn it.
Attention all customers. We're looking for a Hugh G. Rection.
Oh, that's not me.
Gate
Anyways,
42.
Tuna,
Your flight
legally,
is about
that's
to
what
leave,
it's called.
and we're looking
Mayo,
for you.
absolutely
Hugh
too
G.
much.
Rection.
Red, stale. And just for $27, you too can experience the joy of questioning all your life choices in a cramped terminal. Because in the airport, luxury isn't defined by quality. It's defined by the fact that you have no other options. The $27 tuna salad sandwich, because any group boarding below first class doesn't deserve happiness.
Attention all passengers. The plane landed upside down, so all flights have been canceled except any flights on the Beardos and Sundries new airline. It's because they don't follow any sort of laws. Good luck.
Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you get a notification every time we drop a new episode.
There was a there was a cheat code on Sims that was called Rosebud, and I can't remember if that gave you like $1 million or what.
I think it was 1,000, and then you had to do like semicolon, comma, semicolon, and do it a bunch of times to repeat the cheat code, and then you can get up to the max money. Oof,
Anyways.
core memory unlocked.
So, Beardos, go enter that cheat code to get yourself a $27 tuna salad sandwich from the airport.
And
Or Anthony naked.
and then enter the other cheat codes to get to my Rosebud.
But Jay,
what happens when you type in Rosebud?
I know what happens. But Jay, do we have any Beardos submitted sundries this week?
So, no, we didn't get any emails again this week. It's fine. Everyone hates us. No big deal. But, sorry, I'm actually checking if we got a review. I haven't checked reviews in a while.
Oh, I've got one that we can kind of piggyback off of.
Well,
yeah, go for it.
What I did get, though, was I posted a couple videos on like YouTube and Instagram, and one of them was the opening last week to the episode where I was like, what's your favorite porno movie? And then we kind of joked about that. One guy literally responded and said, Heatstroke by Joe Gage, 1983. Al Parker, Richard Locke, Casey Donovan, and all the rest.
All the rest.
My favorite part is when I read all the rest, all I could think of was Gilligan's Island. Gilligan's Island and all the rest.
Once again, Jay, your brain went exactly where I expected it to go.
And then on top of that, another video I recorded was the joke about me taking daily Cialis to get it up. And someone commented nightly, wow. And I was like, hey, it's good for your heart. The other thing's just a bonus.
No, it's just a bonerous.
I wish I would have thought of that. But his response was, sure, Jan.
Sure, Jam.
Sure. But that's all really this week. So if you feel like talking to us,
Well, this one's not really so much of a submitted sundry, but I was scrolling Facebook today and I saw that Beardo Jody is on his cruise and he got to hold a sloth today and got some fun pictures and videos of that.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Jody held himself?
I didn't have any part in that joke whatsoever.
Jody, I hope you were listening to this and not watching it because that's Jay.
Jay's getting brownie points with John. I'm getting brownie points with Jody.
And I'm not getting brownie points with anyone this week.
Well, what an exciting week.
Yeah.
Feedback. Thanks. Thanks, all 32 of you.
Jesus Christ. Just like in a delirium at this point.
I am. I'm just 2 days of working from home has fucked my brain.
Yeah, seriously.
See, Allison all.
Talk about a mind fuck. Well, moving right along, does anybody else have anything to check out? Because I've got one.
No. Go for it.
All right. Cool.
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Yes.
So for something to check out with this week's topic, I decided to submit a stand-up act by Louis C.K., and it is the time that he thought he was going to die. And the easiest way for me to find the whole story, I went into YouTube, and it's under the profile The Flight Sim Deck. But then it's just like stock footage of some video game. But then it's Louis C.K.'s stand-up over it. But he tells a story about how he was on a flight, the pilot took off without telling everyone how much fuel they had, and then it just documents this horrific landing that he experienced that could have turned out a lot worse. And the way he tells it, it's just, he's super funny anyway. So this story that he tells is just hilarious, and he's got good sound effects, and he's lucky to be alive. But it's basically, just look for The Most Terrifying Funny Plane Story by Louis C.K., and then it should come up no problem. It's about 7.5 minutes.
Joe, this is a porno.
Fucking do it.
7.5 minutes? I don't have the attention span for that.
It's a lot of skip.
Here's
And then you're like, oh, there it is, and then you go back 30 seconds.
I always feel so trolled when I go back a few seconds on a YouTube video and I start to scroll and it's like most replayed and it's like to where I'm going and I'm like, oh.
Well, thanks, Joe. And now for this week's Villain of the Week.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
It's us. John was right. Very correct.
Can we share the throne with the Cybertruck? Because I found out a pretty villainous thing about it a couple days ago.
Yeah, we can. So this week's Villain of the Week is actually the Cybertruck and not us.
Right in on the Cybertruck.
So
John.
Yeah, we're gonna ride in a Cybertruck to make it up to John. But so apparently, statistically speaking, they have now declared that the Cybertruck is deadlier than the Ford Pinto, and that percentage comes from the fact that they sold 3.1 million Pintos and 27 people died in them. So their death rate was 0.85 deaths per 100,000 units. Now, with the Cybertruck, 5 people have died among the estimated 34,438 units purchased in the vehicle's first full year of sales, putting its fatality rate at 14.52 per 100,000 units. Which, for a vehicle that doesn't contain fuel, that's crazy.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I just assume that deregulation is going to be what kills all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, every time I look around, I see it everywhere. Erasure happening on government websites, and Elon being in the White House, the amount that he is very troubling, so that's not fun to watch either.
I mean, listen, at this point, I'm just assuming, you can, in fact, between like Elon and DJ, they could just kill someone, and literally everyone would be like, no, they didn't kill them. You could kill them in public in the middle of 100 million people, and all their followers would be like, that wasn't real.
Yeah.
You're taking it out of context.
Yeah, you just don't understand.
It's what I see a lot whenever we rewatch that show, The Boys, and everyone's like loving Homelander, but he's like super fucking dangerous. And
Well, then he like straight up kills that dude in front of people, and then they're all like, yeah, because the guy disagreed with him. And I was like, I know that we're heavy-handing the politics, but Jesus fucking Christ, can we just not?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Anyways, so Cybertruck, villain of the week. And by extension, Elon Musk. Fuck that guy.
And by extension, Republicans?
At this point, I'm just gonna let's just go
Sure.
because, like we always say, they're the like villains of the week, pretty much every fucking week. So why
Just
not?
remember, it's not left versus right anymore, and it really never was. It's
Never
top
was.
versus bottom.
Yep. It's just that some people have convinced themselves that the top people are gonna give them everything they want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough
Anyways.
realization to come to.
Anthony, what about your game?
Thank God.
I think it's giggity game time.
I think so.
Oh, God, game.
You may have heard of Aer Lingus, but get ready for Aer Lingo.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose. You better hurry up. Live or die. Make your choice.
Game intro. Oh, Jay.
What?
Real quick, before we start this game, Jay, we were watching the recap of the pit stop, that drag race show. And they started out with an outtake because Monet is the host right now, and she was like, the giggity, because she was trying to say the gaggity goopity of it all, but she was like, the gaggity gag, and then her guest goes, come on, Quagmire, what are you trying to say? Oh. Giggity game time. Yeah, that guy that blew himself up in front of the Trump Tower in Vegas, he had to use fireworks and fuel canisters in the back of the truck bed because you can't really blow the truck up.
Yeah.
Unless it's in a Samsung Galaxy S7 on an airplane. Remember that?
Despite
You couldn't
several
fly with that
recent
one phone.
incidents, data shows aviation accidents in the U.S. are down early 2025 compared to 24. However, the number of fatalities has doubled.
We were having less crashes, but we're getting really good at crashing.
We're streamlining our crashing.
So I'm going to crash out. No, not that way.
Oh, I was just meaning I'm tired.
So, I have gathered a list of aviation terms used by pilots, lingo, you might say, and I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to give you the word, and you have to tell me what that lingo means to pilots. The first 3 or so will be easy. There are 13 total of these. You guys get 3 guesses apiece. First person for me to hear to get it right, I'll give the point, and most points win.
Got it.
Okay.
Wins. Whole words, Anthony. Whole words. All right. Are you you bitches ready?
Sure.
We're going to start off with some easy ones.
Okay.
You ready, Joe? Okay.
Ready.
Number 1. Chopper.
Helicopter.
Chopper means helicopter. You are correct.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said easy. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Got
Okay,
it.
number 2. ETA.
Estimated time of arrival.
I'm giving it to both of you because I heard you both at the exact same time. There we go. Okay, number 3. Touchdown.
Landing.
Plane landing.
Yes, landing. Technically, it's the contact between the plane and the ground during landing, but I'll take it.
Oh, that sounds like crashing.
Scoring 6 points. in football.
It's one kind of touchdown.
It's a toss-up right now.
Okay, now they're going to start getting a little bit more difficult. Number 4, flat out.
What is that?
Tire blows?
Oh, I was thinking like the steady fly, you've like reached your altitude.
Oh, your cruising altitude?
No. What did you say, Joe?
If a tire blows on landing gear?
No. Flat out.
When visibility is 0?
No.
That's my third guess.
When the clouds are flat below them.
No. Not it at all.
Did you say flat?
Flat out.
Okay. I don't know.
It's when flat finally tells you it's gay. No.
Oh God! I thought I just thought it was a face.
You got one more, Jay. Come on.
It's absolute, flat out, right.
I don't even understand that answer, but I'm going to say it's wrong.
Say no.
It's not right. Flat out means flying at full speed or full throttle.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was right, but not. Okay.
When did you
As
say
usual.
I didn't say that.
Out of all of that word salad, when did you say that? What conglomeration of words came together to even get close to that?
Jay said the words absolute, and then he thought that you were going to use your Miss Cleo powers and think that he meant that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wow.
Joe's actually very right on that.
I got bad news for you. I am not only not psychic, I am also the most unlucky person in the world.
It was kind of a
I'm
Miss
never gonna be able to
America.
guess what you mean.
It was a Miss America answer that I was hoping you'd be
Miss
like,
North
okay.
Carolina.
And everything like such as.
And the Iraq.
And anyways, number 5. Number 5. Birdmen.
They keep birds from landing on the tarmac.
No.
Isn't that somebody flying like a fighter jet or something like that?
Ooh, a fighter
I'm going to
pilot?
give it to Jay unless you can be. Yeah, okay. I'm going to give it to Jay. It just refers to pilots. Birdmen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, number 6. Air pocket.
Oh, it's a bubble of air that you like make the plane fall in. Turbulence.
There you go.
What is he looking for?
Oh, I'm so dumbfounded by that.
Air pocket. Oh, it's just like that pocket of air. Thanks, Jay.
It's just that bubble. Calgon, take him away.
It's like,
This is worse.
it's like in English class when they're like, make sure you don't plagiarize. And it's like,
God.
he died in 1981. In 1981, he died.
Yeah, that.
Okay, number 7. 5x5.
When there's a flyover and they're in that V pattern?
No.
The bathroom.
No.
Actually,
I was thinking how small it was.
5x5. Famously from the movie Aliens.
Is it a seating configuration?
No. 5x5.
Is
it having 5 flights take off from an airport before 5 a.m.?
No. That is like a decent guess, though. I don't know why. It's not even close to what the real answer is, but
5
like
staff
in my
members
head,
by 5 a.m.
that does not happen, so no. But no, that's also not the answer. You got one more guess, Jay. 5x5. We're in the pipe. 5x5.
I don't know. A storage bin.
No.
I don't know.
It just means radio reception is loud and clear.
Oh.
Just say that.
Just say 10-4, dummy.
Just say loud and clear. 5x5.
We're going to say 5x5.
Literally the same amount of syllables.
Just say, this sounds very clear. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
That's so much shorter than 5x5. Number 8. George.
Yes?
Your name isn't George, you idiot.
Is
Just because you're not wearing your name tag doesn't mean you can fool me.
Damn it!
it
Is it G?
is it a slang? Oh.
What is
No,
it?
that's
Is it the letter G? Like to reference the letter G?
no,
No.
that's golf.
Ah, you're right.
I think is it like a slang term for a captain?
No. This has to do with some of the flight equipment in the cockpit.
The stick. No, I'm kidding. I don't know the term for it. The.
I think they call that I think that's actually called the yoke.
Is that what it is?
And I almost put that on here. But I'm pretty sure they call that double fisting at the club.
Yeah, but it carries over in airlines.
That's because all pilots are a little bit gay.
They were really gay in the movie I watched. I think George.
Cockpit.
Man,
No.
is it the
Bathroom.
control stick?
No, it's not the control stick either.
So does that mean there's one more hint?
Oh yeah, I'll give you one more hint. Jay's screwed because he
I was like, I'm
guessed
out.
3. Yeah,
Yeah, I've re-strategized here in the end game.
After
This
refiring.
not only has to do with the name of the equipment, but it's actually the name of a certain like software / equipment that pilots use.
Is it the autopilot?
It's the autopilot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
I thought they just called that the autopilot.
Yeah.
What is that?
Is there a Banshee?
Is someone dragging a tire?
Are we heating a really big thing of like
Tea.
water on the stove?
I don't
It's
understand.
like a giant kettle out
That's
there.
definitely what it is.
It's what it sounds
What?
like. Do you not hear it?
I just don't understand how no matter what, every weird sound happens during your recording.
It's so crazy. That one I've never heard before. It just I'd like literally if I were in an old British castle, I would assume it was a Banshee.
It sounded like a truck tire was being dragged because it was locked.
It was like
Something probably is just like spewing because it broke from the cold.
Or yeah,
I don't
or like
want.
one of
I don't
those-
want to think about that
those
because
plow
that sounds
trucks
like
would be
it could
dragging
be
something.
water. And if the water goes out, I'm not going anywhere. I don't leave this
Ooh.
house unshowered.
We should drip our faucets tonight.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Is your building under a drip warning, Jay?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, we should drip our faucets tonight.
Number 9. 00.
Ground level?
No.
Straight ahead.
No.
Ooh, that's a good guess. Is it time for a hint?
This doesn't have to do with equipment.
Okay.
Zero visibility?
There you go.
I was gonna
Zero,
say
I was
zero.
like, hold on.
It technically means 0, like no ceiling, no visibility, but I was going to give it to you guys if you got visibility because, the other one's hard to
Because
get.
I remember them saying like 05 being like 05, like 5 miles out or something like that. So
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay.
00. No visibility, no ceiling. All right, number 10. Blue room.
the bathroom.
It's the bathroom.
Is it really?
I was like, he's going to get it eventually.
I can't believe I guessed it 3 times and finally got one.
I was actually kind of hoping at that point that Joe got it, so you'd have to be so pissed.
Oh, that would have been good.
Look at
I
me
wasn't gonna
finally
get.
doing well for
I
once.
I would have only thought they would have called the bathroom like the head or something official sounding.
The head. I got to give him the head.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant.
I gotta go do the head real quick, guys.
All right, number
penis coming through the glass.
11. Shut the fuck up. Number 11. SOB.
Son of a
Son
bitch.
of a bitch. Come
I'm glad you
on,
both just wasted that guess entirely. It's not son of a bitch.
son of Baconator.
Why did that get me right in the fucking giggle book? What the fuck?
Because Jay would know it if it was.
Come on, son of Baconator. God. It's so funny. I'm not counting that as one of your guesses.
Right. You just threw away your bathroom guesses, Jay.
If they had been funnier, I may have given you the guess back. So this also does not have to deal with equipment.
Oh, okay. Well, then thank God you said that.
or Wendy's. Just as a heads up.
Damn it, thank God you said that too.
God, that cuts out so many possibilities.
I don't know now.
Sword of Baconator. Source of Baconator.
Signal off base?
No.
Oh. That was so close to what I was going to guess, so thank you, Joe.
What were you going to guess?
It won't count.
Maybe it should be a free guess now.
Fucking Family Guy right now. Like, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
I bet
you will.
Slightly off base.
No. You would. Here's one last hint. You would hear this term more often on commercial flights.
I don't know why that didn't help me at all.
Not really, because that's the only flights I ever think about.
I think it's probably like a retrospective type. It will help you when you hear
serving of beverage.
No.
That's a really good guess.
I know. I'm like actually
serving of Baconator.
Jay with the tray. Is it time for SOB?
Bunch of redneck white men are like, hell yeah,
yeah,
fuck yeah, Baconator.
Come on, Joe, you got one last guess.
I
do.
do.
Got it. You can do it. No, I said Joe. Not you.
I thought you said Jay, and I was like, I do.
No. My concha.
Are we just delirious tonight?
Yeah. Okay. Station over bread.
No. SOB stands for Souls on Board.
Oh, motherfucker.
I didn't know there was lingo for that. I thought they'd called it a manifest.
I just thought they said souls on board, but I never thought about that.
They always say souls on board.
Not now. They say SOB. No time no time for FB. Only SO.
God, if I was listening to that, it'd be like, how many people you got? And it'd be like 69 SOB, and I'd be like, son of a bitch, that does sound good.
Right? And I just hear that, I'm like,
69
so many
Baconators?
SOBs. So many sons of bitches on board.
God, I really...
That's what I think of when I hear SOB. Not soul on board. I think
God.
of son of a bitch.
Okay, number 12.
It's like working at like Home Depot or something, and the machines are called POS.
POS, and you think piece of shit. We make that joke.
But they
all the
are.
time.
They are pieces of shit.
They are.
Every retail employee calls them pieces of shit. Every single one.
Correct.
Number 12. 2 for 1 special.
Getting a free flight when you book the first one?
No. That's called BOGO.
Oh my god. Shut up.
J, 2 for 1 special.
2 captains on 1 plane.
What he used to call his balls.
Good God. 2 captains on 1 plane? No.
Damn.
I wasn't sure if that was a real guess or not.
Actually, well, it was, but I was also really distracted because I had this random fee pop through on my PayPal, and I'm like, I don't recognize that, but I do because I forgot to cancel a subscription, so.
You idiot.
I have YouTube
But
TV
did you get
for
a
a
2
month.
for 1? Did you get the 2 for 1 special? This also doesn't have to do. This has to do with Okay, this is not equipment or people related. This is a term for something happening, I guess is what I should say.
2 flights taking off at the same time?
No.
2 planes using the same runway for landings and takeoffs?
No.
That was my next
So
Yeah.
this has to do with the landing process for the plane. Something that can happen while landing.
You're landing on a strong headwind, so that way it slows it down really well, and you just... I'm close. This is annoying.
I don't know. I'm trying to see where you're going to end this.
I don't know. I'm just
Nothing is right so far, but I don't know. You could stumble into it if you say enough words.
You were giving me the face that I was going the right direction, but you...
No, I was really interested to hear where this was going.
lying.
Because it sounded like this was like the first few words of what was going to turn into a TED Talk.
Yeah.
45 minutes later, and that's how you...
And that's what a 2-for-1 special is.
Is it
We
when...
will not go quietly into the night.
Into the headwind.
Into the air bubble.
Oh, into the pocket of air, yeah.
Yeah,
the air pocket. It's a pocket of air.
Yeah, the hot pocket. It's a pocket that's hot.
It's a pocket that's hot.
Is it the way you're supposed to touch down with your landing gear wheels? 2, 4, and then 1?
No. But you got like really close because what it is whenever the plane lands and then when they hit the ground and then it bounces up real quick and comes completely back off the ground before it lands again. They call that a 2-for-1 special.
Oh, so it's like landing into the headwind.
2 landings in 1. 2 touchdowns in 1.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The final one, number 13. You guys are going to love this one.
Real quick on the 2-for-1. I just know the way men are and probably were back then, and this was probably hypersexualized. That phrase.
Well, just wait till you hear number 13.
2-for-1.
Yes.
Oh, is it when the pilot sleeps with 2 women in one town?
2 women in 1 hotel room.
You
They aren't
joke?
sleeping with women.
Those pilots used to be pigs, and they probably still are. A lot of them.
Oh, for sure.
Well, they don't get
Yeah.
paid as much anymore. So, yeah, definitely.
They
Yeah,
have to
that's
be
the perks of
pigs.
the job.
And we thank you for flying Delta, and make sure you subscribe to my OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/JRowdybushPilot. Oink, oink.
Videos in. Jay Radbush. Oink.
Oink. Number 13. Grease it on.
Lube it up.
Is it a 2-for-1 special?
No. Are those real guesses? I don't even know anymore.
Sure, because I don't know what this is.
No,
I need a
grease it
hint.
on. Grease it on. This also has to do with a process and not a term for equipment or people.
Is it for pulling up to the gate?
No.
Is it for...
Making a lot less sex jokes than I thought you would.
Grease it up, grease it up.
Grease it on. Grease it on.
Grease it on, grease it on, grease
Yes.
it on.
Grease it on.
Grease it on. When you take a flight to Greece in the summer?
No.
Oh.
No. This
'Cause Jay's
also
about to
has
grease it on.
This also has to do with landing. That's your last
Is it
hint.
when you land a plane smoothly?
Yes.
Is it
It
really?
is
Oh
a
my
term
God.
for a perfect landing.
Oh, I hate pilot lingo jargon. Yeah,
Well-
I landed that plane really smoothly. Oh, did you grease it on?
I thought you guys were really gonna fly through this one.
But we kind of... Nope, I'm not even going to make that joke.
Hey, Anthony. What's the score?
Good God, I'm gonna have to insert the little clip here.
Hey, does anybody hear the Muzak coming back on?
That's
Is that on the bingo card this year?
We just end the episode without telling him. I want you guys to know, if you're watching the YouTube video and you just saw what Jay did with his camera, that he had to grab his whole entire computer to do that. Because his camera is built into the computer. And so he had to grab his entire iMac and do that.
It's a MacBook.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's why my camera quality is a little less today.
He's working from home.
Yeah.
Grease it on is what you did to that camera screen before you started.
Anyways, at the end of the game, the score is...
Why am I putting my ear to the microphone?
We got to get through this. At the end of the game, the score is Joe 2, Anthony 4, and Jay with 8.
Damn.
He did it. The son of a bitch did it.
To the microphone so I can hear. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, in a game with 13 questions, we got a total of 14 points. Good job, guys.
I'm really proud of myself.
Anyways, I do think I hear the music
nobody
coming
else
back
is,
on,
okay.
and it's the audio book that I am listening to instead of hearing children cry. But go call our hotline real quick to tell us how proud you are of Jay for winning this week's game at 405-999-2242 and leave us a voicemail. Because Jay's going to listen to it through his fucking microphone.
And Beardos, cabin doors are secured and we are about to push back onto, from the gate. If you'd like to help us out, go and subscribe to the podcast so you can get reminders every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates on all of our social media sites for any additional sundries that we add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a review. Those reviews are what get us found by more Beardos like you. Also, if just each one of you could tell a friend about the podcast, that would double our growth, and Jay would be so stoked that he might even talk into the microphone instead of just listening.
God damn it. I need you all to know that we have not grown since November 15th, which is when our last Apple podcast review was. And it was the letter B. That's it.
So go leave some more letters. I don't even want real reviews anymore.
Oh, God, I don't even want anything to read. I just want a letter. Your in-flight movie will be played from our socials. TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky. God, there's so many now. I should probably write this shit down. You can also check out our website, beardsandsundries.com, where you can buy merch. And also email us. We would love to hear from you and read it out on the next episode. Email us at beardsandsundries.com.
.com?
@gmail.com.
Oh my God.
Where's the email button on their website?
If you want to write that down right now, you got a microphone right there.
It is on our website. You can click the email button and it'll open an email for you. I'm that fancy. You can also click the phone and it'll call us or text us.
Jay, I also have to say really quick to send us off here. Last week when you were listing all the socials and you went, I forgot one.
I loved hearing that. That was funny because it was just like, oh, I forgot one.
So, from the 3 of us SOBs here at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to...
Grease it on up. No, I'm kidding. Love yourself.
Because we already love the son of Baconator. Bye, Baconators!
Bye, sons of Baconators!
What, penis getting pushed into the glass of a glory hole?